Hi, I'm Vera. I'm a year five and I'm very passionate about humanities. And on this episode, the second episode we have here on Academic Ally, we have the wonderful David Kim from University of Chicago, who I will be interviewing today about how to spend your June holidays. David, would you like to introduce yourself?
Uh, yeah, sure. No, my name is David. I graduated from ACS in November of 2024, and right now I'm waiting on September when I will be heading to the University of Chicago, like Farah mentioned.
Ooh. All right, so what do you plan to study in the University of Chicago?
Um, as of now, I plan to study economics. I'm exploring perhaps doing a specialization in business economics or data science, depending on how I feel when I get to the college.
That's quite cool. So you're someone that's like a really like math and economics person.
I wouldn't say I'm a very much of a math person, but I did. I was really passionate about business and economics when I was at ACS, so I'm hoping to pursue that in college.
So did you do a lot of like extracurriculars that were kind of like in line with like business and economics?
Yeah. So some of my extracurriculars, they include, um, well, there was one organization that I founded with my friend called Innovasia, and this organization combined a number of students from around the world who are passionate about economics, and we wrote a few articles. We tried to organize a small case study competition, which did happen, but it didn't go as planned.
Mm.
But those were one of the extracurriculars I did highlight because we did have multiple articles that were posted by students that were passionate. And I think it's the thought that counts. And then another thing that I did was I founded my own small business with my mother's granola. She started baking granola in the COVID period. Um, and that was really popular amongst our friends and with our family as well. So I decided to kind of take that and sell it. And so we sold like over 100 units, and then was able to donate $1,000 that I made in surplus to the Singapore Red Cross. So those were a few of the activities I did related to business and econ.
Oh, that's cool. How else did you spend your June holidays in ACS? Was it mostly focusing on like those two projects? Did you do like anything else?
Well, for the June holidays, I think I spent time studying or I spent time exploring other extracurricular options. I mean, in year five, in the June holidays of year five, I did an internship at a semiconductor material manufacturing company.
Ooh.
And then I think in the June holiday of year six, I spent most of my time doing the Common App activities list.
Oh yeah.
Um, but in the November holidays, I worked as a part-time sales executive at a kids theme park in Singapore. So I think honestly, June, November, it doesn't really matter. The length is not too different. I would
Yeah.
say that if you're able to do anything during the holidays, go for it.
That's true. That's true. Oh, did you participate in the job shadowing that the school?
Yeah, I mean, I did once. Yeah.
Oh, that was the semiconductor one.
No, no, no. That was something else. I went to Comfort Delgro for the job shadowing
Oh,
experience.
I see. I see. You seem to have been doing a lot of like internships and like job shadowing. Did you, did you like go out and like reach out to the companies to work with them, or like how did you get these like internship opportunities?
Well, for Comfort Delgro, I mean, that was the job shadowing.
Mm-hmm.
For the part-time job, I just applied, and for the internship, I this is like a family business that my one of my family members runs. So I just went there and
I see. I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
Yeah, that's quite cool. Honestly, I feel like my fear for like US universities especially is that they expect so much of you. Like I feel that you don't only have to be good at academics, you also have to be like pretty well rounded in like extracurriculars. So, do you have any advice for students who kind of want to study in the USA in the future when it comes to like building their application and so on?
Well, the US, like you said, they demand a lot of things. And I think in the UK, you have only your personal statement to show your personality, to show your interests, and to highlight any extracurriculars that you've done. But in the UK, they call them supercurriculars, if I'm not wrong, because they relate
Really?
to, yeah, they have to
Oh,
relate to the major that you do. So
oh.
those are called supercurriculars. So I think in the UK, you have to focus on doing stuff that are completely related to your major.
Mhm.
Whereas for the UK, for the US, I think you have to make sure that your extracurriculars remain consistent throughout. It doesn't really matter if it's related to the intended major that you plan to pursue, because in the US, there's a lot of undecided people. Um, but I think it does help indeed if you do stuff that are related to the major that you say that you intend to pursue. I mean, at least for me, I did multiple activities related to business as well. Um, I think one other thing that American universities look at is leadership as well. Doesn't necessarily need to be leadership at school. I
Mhm.
think it can be leadership outside. It can be leadership at an internal or external club. Um, so I think for the US, you have to make sure that your extracurriculars are um, consistent to your goals that you outline in your supplements as well.
Mhm.
You can't be a completely different person in your activities list as compared to the person you portray yourself as in the Common App personal essay or the supplements. So I think consistency and genuineness is also really important.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like it'd be kind of funny if you're like two, if it was like two separate people on like
Yeah,
the extracurriculars and like your essay. But I
yeah,
feel like for U Chicago, the essay especially, I feel like U Chicago is one of the most like unique essay prompts that I've ever seen
yeah.
from like universities. Like, if I'm not wrong, there's one about like color. The the one about
Color.
yeah. I don't know what year this was. Class was 2026. I'm not. Apparently, it was like inspired by someone. It says like we're all familiar with like Green Eyed Envy or Feeling Blue, but what about
Oh,
Feeling?
oh, oh, oh,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
caught
yes,
purple
yes,
handed and all that.
yes.
What was your prompt? Or do you get to choose from like a list of prompts?
Oh, yeah. So I got to choose between a list of prompts. If I'm not wrong, my prompt was something about how we get younger as we grow older.
Oh, I feel like I've
Um,
seen that one before.
yeah, it's but I was so much older then. I'm younger than that now, Bob Dylan. In what
Ah,
ways do we become younger as we get older?
I see, I see. That's quite an interesting topic. Mm, did you spend a really long time preparing for it? Like, what was your process in writing it?
Honestly, honestly speaking, this the U Chicago prompt I delayed as much as possible, simply because I thought, and I think it was right to do that because I thought having a large amount of essays that I'd already written,
Mhm.
meaning that I had more substance to draw from. I think that helped me with my U Chicago essay. I think what's really important when you do American applications is that you need to have a set number of stories that you can draw from,
Mhm.
um, and that showcases different aspects of you that will make you stand out from different applicants. And once I had that for multiple schools, because I applied to around 13 schools in the US, I think. So once I had a large number of essays for other schools, I think I went and chose between the different stories I wanted to showcase
Mhm.
myself to the University of Chicago for, and then I chose the one prompt that I felt would be the most interesting.
Ah, I see, I see. When you were like listing all the universities out, were they all like Ivy Leagues?
uh no, not really. I only applied to for
Harvard.
no for the Ivy Leagues. I only applied to Harvard and UPenn.
Oh.
Um, Yeah, those were the two Ivy Leagues I applied to, and then the rest were not Ivy Leagues.
I see, I see.
Yeah.
But U Chicago is it an Ivy?
No, it's not an Ivy.
Oh, it's like a good. Oh yeah, but the Ivy League was formed based on sports schools. Oh yeah, that
Yeah, it's
makes
all
sense.
sports schools. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But when it comes to like extracurricular activities, do you feel that there are like certain extracurricular activities that like US unis or like U Chicago like they value the most?
I wouldn't say there's a specific type of extracurricular that they value the most. I mean, there have been people that I have talked to that have also been admitted to the University of Chicago, and my profile and their profiles are completely different.
Mhm.
Um, and by completely different, I mean vastly, vastly different. The extracurriculars that they did and the extracurriculars that I did um, are completely different because if you consider our school's prefectorial board student government, I did student government and I was the head of
Mhm.
student government. But for many others, they don't even have student government in their activities list. So again, like I think it's what's really important is making sure that you make yourself stand out in the context that you're in.
Mhm.
Um, in a small country like Singapore, the University of Chicago or any other American school is not going to pick a lot of people because they have a lot of diversity. They
Right.
have a diversity quota, right?
Mhm.
So, considering that, what makes yourself different from other Singaporean applicants? What makes yourself different from other applicants that are coming from Southeast Asia? I think that's what's really important.
I see, I see. Mm. Oh, as someone that's gone through like the IB yourself, do you have any like and like I mean, I feel like I haven't even gotten to the worst of IB, and term two was like already kind of tiring, but I feel like it's gonna get much worse. Do you have any advice for like time management or like work life balance, especially because I feel like being head rolling and also having to like manage your cats, like that cannot be an easy feat.
Um, I think one advice I would give you is definitely try to find time to rest. Uh, I think one mistake a lot of students make is that they think that the a number of hours that they spend at the table equates to the amount of hard work they're putting in. And that's one thing that I used to think myself, and that's why I used to not give myself a lot of time to rest, a lot of time for myself to wind down. But I think that time process is really important because again, the IB is a marathon, right? So you need to make sure that you're able to complete the process and make sure that your hard work is accounted for. And for that to happen, I think you need to let yourself get an adequate amount of rest so that you don't get burned out.
Mhm.
Um, especially after prelims, a lot of people just um, they get very tired. Yeah,
Mhm.
like I used to as well. So I think making sure you stay focused and have a good amount of rest is important.
I see, I see. Just now you mentioned that you had a sales executive role at I forgot where, but it was like at a retail store, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm wondering why specifically did you want to take up that role? Was it for like extra pocket money or?
I mean, well, I thought it would give me a different type of color as well.
Mhm.
I thought it would be interesting to because I'd done the internship as well already, and I thought it would add a different color to my application if I took business at a grassroots level. And if I took business at a grassroots level, then I thought I would be able to showcase my interests more as well. I mean, um, not only is it something I included in my Common App activities list, it's also something I mentioned in my UK personal statement because it also
Mhm.
acts as super curricular. If you think about it, because it's
That's
showcasing
true. That's true.
my passion for business. So um, like again, like you don't need to think so hard about jobs and internships and think of it as something that oh like I can only have one if I have the right connections. Definitely use the connections if you have any.
Mhm.
But what I did was when I was in year four, I was really, really interested in hotel management. And at that time, I was even considering hotel school and like at like Cornell or something.
Cool.
And so it's completely different path. So again, like explore your interests. But what I did was uh, was so I wanted a role so much. I emailed a lot of the different hotels that were like present in Seoul. I emailed a lot of them through the emails that I could find. I even connected with a uh, LinkedIn. I even connected with I think it was the Conrad manager on LinkedIn, and I texted him saying I really really want to work at your hotel for free. And I even secured an interview. And we had an interview. I was able to get through that process, but then they told me at the end that Korea has really strict labor laws, so I can't work. But that doesn't apply to Singapore, right? For example. So again, I think like you can try anything. You don't need to think too hard about it. Just be courageous, and I think take the leap and look for different opportunities.
Mm. I guess now isn't really like the June holidays for you, but I guess it's been a long time since you haven't had school or like since you graduated, right? So how
Yeah,
have you been spending your time so far?
that's a really dangerous question to ask. Um, I don't know. I mean, like, I went to visit ACS, and I was able to give a presentation on that. And I think that was really nice as well because it felt full circle because I used to look up to seniors who returned to share advice, and now I was one of them. So that was great as well.
Mhm.
Um, Apart from that, I think I've been spending a lot of time reading as well, reading books that I couldn't read when I was in IB.
Mhm.
There was one book that I really wanted to read when I was doing IB. It's called Freakonomics. It's a
Oh.
economics book written by a U Chicago professor, and so that was really interesting as well. And yeah, I've just had a change in environment because I'm no longer in Singapore. I've moved to Jakarta, where I'll be living until I move to college in September, going
Mhm.
back and forth between Jakarta and Seoul.
Mhm.
So I think, yeah, that's how I've been spending my time.
You could probably get an autograph from like the professor when you go to U Chicago for your book. I think I think you wouldn't be the first. All right. Thank you so much for your time and like agreeing to this interview for today. Do you have like any last words of advice you want to give, like general advice to any students?
I would say enjoy the process. Like, I was really stressed back in year six, trying to perfect my US activities list while juggling prelims and final IB coursework. But I think the college process, especially the American college application process, is also a chance to reflect on your story and values. It's challenging, but it's also meaningful, especially if
Mhm.
you've built experiences early on, in from year one all the way to six. So I think to younger students, don't wait until year six or five. Use your holidays to explore, try something new, and build a foundation early so that you have uh, stories to draw from. You have a clear direction of where you're headed.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. And I think this is the end of this episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The school is now closed. Please make your way off campus.